So this is 2019 paper 1. So you start with multiple choice. Which one of the following is a short-term source of finance? It's trade credit. Which one of the following is a definition of exchange rate? That's value of one currency in terms of another currency. 3 marker, one benefit of to an entrepreneur of buying a franchise to start a business. An entrepreneur could receive support and training from the franchisor. They are less likely to make poor business decisions. It reduces the chances of business failure. So give 3 to 4 sentences. That's your 3 marker. One way a small business could use market segmentation to target customers. Small businesses could use market segmentation by using gender, because they're asking the way. You have to give age, gender, income, etc. Different products can be targeted to customers depending on if they are male or female or any other gender. This will lead to a business being able to meet the needs of specific customers, ensuring that there are sales, that the customer buy their products. Okay, so this is what, or you could give it so that they are they attract repeat customers. Then you have a multiple choice here. That's here you have to select 2 of the following elements of marketing mix. So there are 4 P's: price and product here, and the other 2 are promotion and place. Which one of the following areas are covered by employment law? So this is about recruitment, employees. So this is discrimination, health and safety. So that's your numerical. You have to calculate total costs. Always start with the formula, that makes it easier. Total cost is fixed cost plus variable costs. Fixed cost is given 3600. Variable cost you have to calculate because they've given per unit, and there are 340 units, so multiply, and that's your answer. Non-financial aim an entrepreneur may have when starting a small business. So this is non-financial, specifically non-financial. Independence, success, success is financial. So maybe personal satisfaction, independence, they are non-financial. An entrepreneur may wish to gain personal satisfaction from starting a business. This is because they may feel that they have achieved something in life, which is based on the hard work they put into starting the business. So it's about their own personal satisfaction. So be careful if they ask non-financial. If the question is non-financial, you write about non-financial, which does not involve money. So this is explain one advantage to a small business of using qualitative data for market research. Qualitative is about quality, opinions. So responses are based on personal opinions. This means that they can be varied, therefore making it difficult to make a judgment because it's a disadvantage on customers' preference. Hence, business will not be achieving customer needs and wants. This could lead to small business struggling to have sufficient cash to pay for their running costs. Which one of the following is an example of cash outflow? So it's cash going out of the business. So raw materials, they pay for the raw materials. All these 3: bank loan, money comes in; savings, money comes in; receipts, money comes in. So it will identify the one where money goes out. So here you have to calculate the total profit for the period January to March. So it's January to March. So you calculate profit of all these 3 months. Profit is revenue minus total cost. So that's your revenue, that's your total costs, and that's how you do it. And in March it's negative because costs are higher than revenue, so it's a loss. So if you do that, the answer is 6,000. Okay. Explain one benefit to a small business of understanding customer needs. One benefit of understanding customer needs is that it can set a suitable price. This means customers are more likely to buy the product. This will push them to be loyal to the business and be repeat customers, thereby generating more revenues for the business. Next 3 marker, explain one reason why it is important to include financial information in a business plan. Financial information such as cash flow forecast can help identify potential problems. This can help to minimize risk of failure as it allows them to plan for these expenses, I would say, not plans, for these expenses in advance or shortages in advance. This can also help them to secure a loan from the bank. Discuss the importance of cash to the survival of a small business. Having access to cash will allow the business to pay its suppliers on time. If a business fails to pay its suppliers on time, then they will lose trust and will not allow the business to purchase goods using credit. The suppliers might give no trade credit or very little trade credit, which might affect their cash flow. Having a positive net cash flow will prevent insolvency in a small business. Without cash, a business will struggle to pay running costs such as wages and rent. This will lead them to rely on other sources of finance like overdraft, which would add costs and put extra pressure on their finances, thereby making it difficult for them to stay afloat. So this is section B. It's based on a case study, and all the questions in section B are to be answered for this case study. So read the case study properly and see if it's a limited firm, if who the owners are, etc. So the first question here is, outline one risk taken by the owners when starting last course patisserie. The owners risked a loss of security as they previously had jobs in the food industry. Analyze the impact on last course patisserie of operating as a private limited company. It can make it easier to raise finance for the business expansion as it can sell shares to family and friends. The business will require funds to increase the production of the desserts on the new menu. This could mean purchasing new machinery or buying ingredients. The owners can keep the control while selling shares to family and friends. Shareholders may not agree about the most suitable location for the possible new premises. It may be felt that it would be better to move the premises closer to the market, while others would argue it is better to stay closer to the excellent suppliers. So this is a numerical question. We have been given financial information for the month of April, and they're asking to calculate the level of output required to break even in April. So start with the formula. Break even is equal to fixed cost divided by selling price minus variable costs. Put in the values and the answer should be 2100 desserts. And then the next is the increased cost of raw materials by 4%. Calculate the variable cost per dessert following the increase in the cost of raw materials. So they have gone up by 4% and the raw materials were 0.5. So it's 0.5 plus 4%, 0.02, 0.52, and add the cost of packaging as well, because that's variable cost as well. So variable cost per dessert is 0.52 plus 0.2 is equal to 0.72. So again, a 6-marker. UK consumer incomes are expected to rise over the next 10 years. Always read this sentence, which they normally give in section B and C before the question, because you can make this as a starting point of your answer, or you can use this information in your answer. Analyze the likely impact on last course patisserie of this changing level of consumer income. People will have higher incomes because that's what was written there, expected to rise, and are more likely to spend this on luxury goods. This will increase the demand for handmade desserts. This supports the plan for last course patisserie to expand. The increase in recent demand for the dessert is now likely to be sustained, meaning a longer term investment is less of a risk. Higher consumer income will lead to increased demand in the economy. This could therefore lead to an increase in inflation, which could mean the price of ingredients for the desserts may increase. If suppliers increase the price of the ingredients, then their costs will increase. This could mean they make less profit for each dessert or charge higher price to their customers, which might affect their demand. The new head chef carried out secondary market research to identify information about the food market. State one benefit to last course patisserie of conducting secondary market research. Research into food purchases has already been carried out, thus saving time. Outline one impact on a stakeholder group of last course patisserie if it relocates to new premises. So stakeholder group, you can talk about employees, owners, customers. So here I have written employees will be affected as they may have to travel from day one to work at the new location. They might have to leave or change the job. So this is the 9-marker. In order to increase the number of desserts that can be produced to meet the extra demand, last course patisserie is considering 2 options. Option 1, investing in new machinery. Option 2, employing more staff. Justify which one of these 2 options they should choose. So basically all the 9 markers are 2 options. You choose one option, give the positives and negatives and a conclusion of that option. One option technique is the best way to score higher marks. There is no need to talk about both the options. Machinery can work more quickly than employees, which will increase the rate of production. Increased rate of production will allow more desserts to be produced in the same amount of time. This will reduce the average costs of making each dessert. Last course patisserie can then decide to maintain existing price and make more profit per dessert, or reduce its price to gain competitive advantage over other handmade products. However, investing in machinery involves high initial costs. This investment may therefore be wasted because the increased demand for the desserts may not be sustainable. This could still be made comfortably by hand if there were more employees and more space. Nevertheless, investing in machinery could be expensive in short term, but will lead to lower average cost of production over long term. However, handmade desserts will no longer be sold at the patisserie. So normally in your conclusions include short term and long term. So this is the section C. You'll get another case study. Read it carefully. Use this graph in your answer. State one way Aphrodite could use social media. One way is like Facebook, Instagram, etc. Facebook to show images of their new clothing. Table shows value of pound in euros from June to September. Identify which month was best to import clothes from Paris. So to imports are cheaper when pound is stronger, so it should be September. Outline one reason why Aphrodite's range of stock could give it an advantage over its competitors. Aphrodite can stock a range of clothes that no other shop has. This will attract customers who like buying new fashion. 9 marker of your section C. To pay the conversion of the premises, Aphrodite is considering 2 options: obtaining a bank loan, crowdfunding. Justify which one of these 2 options Aphrodite should choose. A loan is an external source of finance, which means that the brothers can use retained profit at a later date. Figure 2 shows that the interest rates are very low. It makes financial sense to take advantage of this and obtain a loan. The interest rate will be fixed, so Aphrodite would continue to benefit from the low rate for the full duration of the loan. Bank loan also allows Aphrodite to get the finance straight away, so they can expand quickly. This can enable them to gain a competitive advantage over rival clothing companies sooner. However, Aphrodite have to pay back higher amount than borrowed because of interest rate. This could increase their costs and decrease their profits. Also, despite their previous success, the bank may be reluctant to provide a loan. Even if the bank agrees, it will require financial plans for the expansion and may even ask for security from Aphrodite to secure the loan. Nevertheless, Aphrodite can benefit from low interest rates. So this is the last question. Last question is always the 12 marker. Evaluate the impact of e-commerce on Aphrodite's marketing mix. You should use the information provided as well as your knowledge of business. E-commerce will allow Aphrodite to sell its clothes to a wider market. The clothes market is very competitive, so using e-commerce may have a limited effect on sales. The website has been operating since 2007, allowing customers from all over the world to buy clothes from Aphrodite. The full range with all sizes can be displayed on the website. If the website is well designed and the ordering returns is easy for customers, then sales should increase because new customers will be confident that the service they receive from website matches the high service levels they would have received in person. However, customers may have to be reluctant to purchase clothes using e-commerce because they are unable to try the clothes or to ensure that they fit. Aphrodite sell expensive brands, so customers may not want to spend large sum of money if they cannot check the fit and quality first. Many of the clothes shops sell labels such as Stone Island and Hugo Boss. This will make it difficult to attract the attention of new customers. In order to attract customers, the brothers may have to be price competitive. This would mean lowering their prices and reducing the profit margins on the clothes. Suppliers may not allow them to do this, as cheaper prices can harm the image of a brand. Nevertheless, many people live busy lives and not be able to go shopping as much as they would like. E-commerce would still lead to increased sales with existing customers as they would shop online. They trust the business, and as long as the website offers excellent service, they will appreciate the convenience it offers.